Well, my father is a refugee from East Prussia. My mother is from Thüringen. I was born into a winery. My father founded the winery in 1964. Well, the first thing you see when you drive through the Rhine Valley on the Autobahn, you see the Kaiserstuhl as this small volcanic area in the middle of the Rhine Valley. So first thing is you see it. What is special about the soil? Kaiserstuhl, the area has two different soils. The original is volcanic, is lava soil, and about 70% of the surface meanwhile has been covered with loess lime, which is a kind of a quartz dust that has been brought here after the time of ice age. And so here we have basically two different styles of wine, one influenced by volcanic soil and the other by loess lime. First you grow up, this is the grauburgunder has been brought here and started to dominate the wines or the wine structure of the region. So it is one of our historical grape varieties. You grow up with that grape variety and then you go to other places, especially in the time when this was still called Ruländer, and you hear from others, well, it's always a very fat style, it's a very, I say, heavy wine. And growing up with that, you start thinking about, is this it? Or is there something else about Grauburgunder? And I fell in love with the grape. The grape is like dark grayish, dark brown, the skin color. It is smaller in size than Weißburgunder. It's about the same size as Pinot Noir or Chardonnay. And when you taste it, it has a little bit more tannin structure, especially when it's not overripe. So what fascinated me about this wine is you can either make heavy sweet wines of it when you harvest it very late, or you can make a wine of it that is very, I say, when the tannin structure is still a fresh and vivid structure, it is a wine that helps you digest heavy food. It is kind of tannic. This keeps you awake. It's kind of when you drink it, it's sometimes like a little coffee. Sure, my style has always been influenced by my personal preferences, and so whenever I was fed up with something, too much oak or too heavy, I looked forward or looked in a direction to make the wine more drinkable, more everyday usable. So today I try to make wines that keep you fresh, keep you vivid, that are not tiring, that are not too high in alcohol. So I'm not able to digest as much alcohol as my father was able. So I try to make a style with around 12.5, 13 volume, because I'm able to really drink that and not, well, fall on the table too early. My father really fighted to lay hand on this Kirchberg and always made himself bankrupt to get it. So when this was on sale in the late 70s, my father took up so much money just to be able to buy that. And few people understood his idea behind it, because it is not a very a vineyard that where you can get rich with, because the soil is very hard stones. It has always trouble of lack of water, so you can produce only little amount of volume of Kirchberg. But the thing about this soil is, it is of all of our vineyards maybe the most elegant. That it may not be more dominating than an Eichberg. Well, Eichberg is quite a rich vineyard, or is not as fruity as a Henkenberg, which is a little bit elder and has more water. The Kirchberg always in the end is, I call it the most crystal of the wines. It's like focusing on a certain aroma composure and bringing this out in a very dancing way.
Wonderful. Your wines are really fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bart.